So with the problem set outlined in the last lecture, let's dynamically adjust the button style depending on whether we're about to show persons or not. Now, we already had a look at how we can dynamically render content, like here with the if statement where we store some JSX in a variable and then output that variable in our template or in our return function here, I should say. Now, as always, everything here is JavaScript. So if we assign a style to the button here, this part between the curly braces can be any JavaScript expression. For one, we could of course pass a JavaScript object here where we define the styles, or we can of course reach out to the style property, variable I should say, as we do, and we could adjust this style variable dynamically therefore. Basically here, this state show persons. If this is true, this means persons can be seen. So as I outlined in the last lecture, the button should then have a red background because a click will remove the persons. On the other hand, the default setup should be to not have a white background color, but a green one. And maybe we want to set the text color to white so that it does stand out with the normal color property. Now, if I save this, we have a green background color. If I click on it, we see the persons. Now that the persons are visible though, this should get a red background color. So what we can do is, in our if statement, which we already have, where we set the persons variable, we can of course do more. Besides setting this persons variable here, after doing that, I can also reach out to style and set the background color property, which the style object clearly has, we set it up here, to red of course, simply like that. So we simply get into this style object. We don't assign a new value, so it's still a constant, but we assign a new value to one of its properties, to the background color. And with this tiny change in place, we already got dynamic styling. Let me reload this application. Green button, red button, green button, and so on. So this shows one crucial thing which you really have to wrap your head around if you haven't already. Everything is JavaScript. I guess I said this before. We change the style dynamically just as we change this variable, persons, dynamically. Just as we change anything dynamically. We're talking about JavaScript here. You can manipulate the style object with any JavaScript code you want, and in the end, when you then bind it here, it will simply apply this, no matter how you edited it. This is a crucial takeaway, and this shows you how you can dynamically assign styles. Now, what about class names though? Can we also set these dynamically? Can we pass a list of class names? Yes, we can, and I will show you how it works in the next lecture.